Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Emerald with Slowflake, the only guy on YouTube who can go from adult anime to Barack Obama in 5 minutes. And now I just put Gardevoir back in the lead because I'm not quite done with that sea trip just yet. And now I'm heading back to Dew first so that I can heal up because Gardevoir hasn't got much PP left in terms of offense. So I'm just going to make a quick pit stop, then I'll move on to routes 108 and 109. And if you checked Celebi today, there have been some excellent news regarding the movie 13 events. Nothing for Zoroark, of course, considering Black and White are only going to come out a few months after the movie. But remember the giveaway of the 3 legendary dogs that was supposed to happen there? Well, it turns out that the legendary dogs don't have just 1 new move each. They have 3! For Suicune, who was the biggest disappointment to begin with that 1 move, Sheer Cold, we learned that it will also have Aqua Ring and Air Cutter. They might as well not have bothered because none of those 3 moves are of any use at all. Well, no, Aqua Ring isn't even worth it as novelty. I can't imagine why anyone would bother to use it. Heck, Ingrain, the only reason why anyone would use it at all is because you gain immunity to Roar and Whirlwind, even though you can't switch afterwards. But Aqua Ring doesn't even give you that, it just gives you a basic HP recovery, and it's not like it's on par with recovery either. It's totally not worth it, so that's Suicune. I don't know if what you get at the giveaway is random, but if I were you, if it is random, I would pray to whatever deity you believe in that you don't get Suicune, because that would be a tremendous waste. As for Entei, well, it also gets Flare Blitz, as we already knew, but for the other 2 moves, it's not that interesting, just Howl and Crush Claw. Crush Claw, normal type move, 75 power, 95 accuracy, 50% chance of lowering the opponent's defense. If you didn't know, because Crush Claw is a rarely... My liar of a boyfriend told me that I look great in a bikini. Huh, it's funny because here we have a saying, you know, I don't know if it's the same thing in the States or in Europe, but when a woman asks you if she looks good or if she looks fat or in any given piece of clothing, just don't answer. If you answer that she looks good, she's gonna say you're a liar, and if you tell her that she looks fat, well, don't ever do that to a woman. So just shut up. In good French-Canadian, ferme ta gueule. But as I was about to say, yeah, Crush Claw, very cool move that is unfortunately of the normal type. Any other type could benefit from having a move this awesome, but it's normal, so no one uses it at all. Heck, it's got the same power as one of the elemental punches, and for 5 accuracy, you'd trade it for a 50% chance of lowering the opponent's defense. It would be fantastic, but unfortunately, it's normal. So the any time someone would ever use it is if Dunsparce ever evolved and got Crush Claw, because then it would be a guaranteed drop to defense, but otherwise, I don't think it's ever going to get used. Why is it that so many good moves are cursed with the normal type? Heck, it's kind of a miracle that U-Turn is of the bug type. And I don't know why it's bug type, because its Japanese name was Somersault, and I don't get how a somersault or a U-turn has anything to do with bugs, but it's still a hell of a lot more useful than if it was normal. In fact, it's probably one of the best moves in the game because you get a free hit and it allows you to scout as well. Fantastic move, that one. And if it was normal, would it suck? It's hard to say because there's never been a metagame to test a normal U-turn on, but anyway, I should stop talking about that because, once again, it's the rambling gaming dude in action. I ramble on about crap no one gives 2 hoots about. But yeah, of course I wasn't done with that giveaway yet. I covered Entei, I covered Suicune, Raikou. It's definitely the big winner today. We already knew it was going to get Zap Cannon. I said, well, maybe as novelty on a Gravity team. But its other two moves are going to be Aura Sphere, which is always nice, especially since Raikou doesn't have the best special move pool out there. And there's also Weather Ball. Now, I've always been under the impression that they were trying to push Raikou as sort of an effective Thunder Dancer. Well, of course, in my opinion, it would be a better idea to leave the Rain Dance part to someone else, like, for example, Kingdra. But, yeah, you get the idea. I've always had that feeling that they meant for Raikou to be used in the rain, and the fact that they added Weather Ball to its move pool sort of validates my point. And it's going to be really fun to see if Raikou's use is going to skyrocket, if we're going to see more rain teams, just for the sake of, you know, having a Raikou that can use Thunder, and a water move to take care of those dastardly ground types, because right now, in terms of electrics that can cover ground types without resorting to hidden power, we've got Raichu and we've got Lantern. Not necessarily the best selection, though I'm a huge fan of Lantern, but I'm also a huge fan of Raikou, and to see that it can finally gain another tool to justify it being used more, it's going to be fun to see. And you know what? I was thinking about it, and maybe, just maybe, it's going to see more use in Ubers, where permanent rain is king. So there would be no worries about, you know, setting up rain, since Kyogre's on every damn Uber team out there. But that would mean that, think about it, there is no electric Uber right now. So if you need an electric once the event is over, you might as well use Raikou. It's going to be able to use Thunder, it's going to be able to use Weather Ball, or maybe if you want to have a surprise Sunny Day Raikou, you might have Weather Ball as a fire move and Thunderbolt or whatever. But I think the rain idea works a lot better. And finally, the icing on the cake, there is also going to be a Celebi that's going to be given away. It's got one new move, but it's a big one! Nasty Plot Celebi now! And I don't know, maybe it's going to help Celebi gain some of the ground that it lost in the last year, because it did lose a lot of ground. Oh ho! I was sure there was going to be a trainer under that parasol. There were a lot of trainers under parasols in the beach of Slateport, which is just north of here. But yeah, it's probably going to be really helpful for Celebi to regain the lost ground. I'm already imagining the speculation as to whether it's going to go back to Ubers. And yes, I did say it go back to Ubers because it was Uber at one point, in Gold, Silver, Crystal more specifically. But that's something else to look forward to. Heck, even before the release of Black and White, we're already gonna have something to look forward to, and that is just wonderful. This is a great year to be a Pokemon fan, if you ask me. So now, I don't think I'm gonna have the time to take on that sailor that's on the same island as me, so I'm going to stop this right here. Even though I still had lots of things to say, it's gonna have to wait until another time, just like my impending landfall to Slateport.